Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the Farm2Table Show. This is Homestead Sunday, and we are hanging with the homies. The homies will be in here pretty soon. Here we go. Yep, we're in, and we'll see who all gets going here in just a minute, and give everybody time to come over from the wild huckleberry and join in. I know some others have got the notifications set. And let's see, there we go. Let me star that. All right. Anyway, just hanging out here. It is 7 o'clock on Super Bowl Sunday, and we are here hanging out. Just giving everybody time to get in over from the other lives that are going on. I know Dale 9 Acres had a live going on. Of course, Robbie and Sonia with the Wild Huckleberry had their live going on. So we will see. We're going to give it a few minutes. It is Sunday, Homestead Sunday, and like I said, hanging out. And I'll keep reiterating this, but Keith would normally be joining me, but we'll get into that, why he's not here with me tonight. But anyway, we're going to start doing, or I'm going to start doing every other Sunday at 7 o'clock. Rebecca Touched by Yarn has, there's Robbie coming in. There it is. And so anyway, Rebecca Touched by Yarn is going to be doing the first and third Sunday, and I'm going to pick up the second and fourth, so that we fill that 7 o'clock hour on our hangout, and lets me and Keith, when he's able to, and everybody come in and hang out, and we'll see everybody there. And I'll repeat more of that later as we get more people in. Hopefully, some people are heading over to watch the All-American halftime show. It is not quite started yet. They're still trying to wrap up the last 30 seconds of the first half in that game. There's Troy Sutton. Good to see you in, buddy. I was going to ask you in chat, and I thought I'd wait till we got over here to see how your tomato plant and stuff is doing. I know you had showed us that the last time. There's Treasure Hunter Neil, Beginner's Odyssey. Welcome in, and yeah. Anyway, we'll give everybody a chance to get on in here for a little bit, and as you can see, the chat's there. I do have a link pinned, but what we're going to start doing, like I said, every other Sunday, opposite Sundays from Rebecca Touched by Yarn. Filling in for that. Hopefully, my brother will be able to join me, maybe some of the others going forward. And so anyway, yeah, that's what we're going to do there. Tonight's just hanging out, man. I mean, the weather's turned nice. We got rid of the weather, at least in our neck of the woods, the snow and ice is finally melted off. And so enjoying some kind of spring-like temperatures over here in our neck of the woods. But so anyway, for those who've not been around, and I'll probably repeat it a few times, my brother and I back in the fall suspended formal production, if you will. Chasing the rabbit tail, if you will, chasing our tails, circles, running wheels, trying to produce content and stuff. And just reached a point that we said, you know what, that's not going. Hang on, folks. I've got to take a phone call. Hello. Hey. It's where I changed the thermostat. But anyway, uh, but I'm on my live, so that's where I changed that thermostat earlier. But I don't know, not with the temperature and stuff, and that stuff takes a while to dry. It sustains what it is. But anyway, so all right, love you, bye. Okay, so y'all got to enjoy a phone call. That was my wife. It's the one person I don't ignore. Uh, she was pulling into our daughter's driveway and had noticed a leak under the, looked like a leak where some stuff had ran down under the vehicle. And I had, hey, Joy Bartlett, good to see you in. Anyway, I had changed a thermostat on her vehicle today because check engine code showed that there was a thermostat. So I changed that today, and a little bit of antifreeze got on the ground, dried up pretty quick, but it leaves that mark. So anyway, she's just worried about there being a problem. So, being the mom. And so anyway, so she called. So that's one phone call. That's one person I don't ignore. But anyway, as I was saying, my brother and I, Keith, we decided to stop chasing the rabbit, if you will, stop being on the hamster wheel. And so we took a break. We were tired. We needed a break. And so we kind of talked out what's this look like going forward for the Farm to Table show. And so, hey, Money Pit, good to see y'all in there. And anyway, we said, okay, we're going to do what we want to do with no particular schedule. And so we've got some things in the works that'll periodically drop. And when we want to do them, and I wanted to get back into the lives, and also, hey, Leah, Keith is at home uh, watching a movie with his wife. I'm going to bust him out right here in front of everybody. We had talked yesterday, and he was good. And I texted him a while ago to make sure we were still good. And basically, his half timers kicked in, forgot about it, and they're watching a movie, and he's in the middle of the movie hanging out with his wife. And that's what retired people do. So that's where Keith is. But he will be back joining me from time to time when he feels up to it, and that's kind of where we're at. We just put out the new video with Luke Dougherty of Dougherty Butcher Trailers. That is Sean and Beth Dougherty's son, Luke. And that's me. Oh, see, Keith is in there now. He's on Facebook. Yeah, it's a good place to be on a Sunday night. That's exactly right. Anyway, he's gonna be mad at me because I busted him out in front of everybody. But Leah, how you been doing? It's been a while since we chatted. I know you went out on the road and come back and all these different things. So you're hope things are going well for you and Tree and everybody over in your neck of the woods over there. But anyway, so we're kind of doing our thing, and I'm going to start. And Keith will probably join me more often than not, but so every other Sunday. And of course, one of the things I did on the regular show and on the morning editions and stuff was upcoming events and talking about upcoming events. And that's what we're going to do here in just a little bit tonight. I'm going to go over some of the upcoming events coming up in the homesteading world. That's expos and conferences and rendezvous and YouTuber meetups and all sorts of things like that. So that's what part of what I'm going to do on those Sundays. And I'll pick whatever's coming up nearest as the kind of the highlight and the one I spend the most amount of time on. But that way we can still continue to promote these events. And two, I get to hang out with all of y'all guys. And so that's always fun, getting to hang out. And so, so since Keith's not joining me, the link is tagged up there on the top. If somebody wanted to join in on the panel and have conversation about all of that stuff, then that's what we're going to do. And like I said, as far as the channel, Keith and I, as things develop or as things change, and this year's just kind of, well, hey, Robbie, you're on Facebook too. You're just everywhere. But anyway, this year with the events and stuff, we're planning to go to a few, but we're taking a different approach this year. We're putting the ears on. We're going to be in listening mode. We'll still talk to people. We'll still be involved, but kind of readjusting where we're going. This is a year of listening to what's going on in the community, listening to what's going on in the world, and we'll share things and stuff, but just taking a different approach. And so I hope you all stay with us. Y'all have been awesome friends, awesome community that has stayed with us through all of the stuff since we all became friends, and just appreciate that very much. But anyway, wow, it is halftime. For those who watch the Super Bowl or care, it is 9-0 Seattle at the halftime. So three field goals, no touchdowns. Neil, I'm not sure. May is kind of a weird month, and I've kind of got to pick and choose my vacation days and where I spend them. I was not planning on being at 10 Killer because the Central Arkansas Oh, well, hello, stranger. Yes, Scotty joining up in there. Yes, and welcome in, buddy. It's been a while. I kind of seen while your post over there with the wild huckleberry, and anyway, uh, we're planning on being. I plan on being at the Central Arkansas Homestead Conference in Conway, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Oh, sorry. Whoop, hope y'all heard that. I had the volume up over there. Forgot I did. I had the halftime show over on another tab. But anyway, as I was saying, we're planning on being at the Central Arkansas Homestead Conference, and unfortunately, it is the same weekend as the 10 Killer YouTube Meetup. Now I say we, it's me and probably my, Keith and I've talked about it. But anyway, I found out that Scotty, Lone Cross Scotty, and Karen, his wife, um, will be, and Troy just chimed in that he's going to be at 10 Killer. Uh, but anyway, that they're going to be there, that they're coming in, they're flying in, they're going to go to the 10 Killer YouTuber meetup. And so I was telling Robbie in the text group um, that, or in the chat over on his channel, that may change my weekend plans. I may have to adjust where I go. Now, I still want to go to Central Arkansas Homestead Conference because there's a lot of homesteaders in Arkansas, and quite a few of them have YouTube channels, and some even have really big YouTube channels. But the overall community is not as connected as some of the other communities are with each other. And there's been different homesteading shows and homesteading get-togethers on a one-day thing, but nothing to the level that Bruce and his people with Central Arkansas Homestead Conference, his wife and his friends that are putting this together. And they are modeling it essentially after the other models like Okie and Ozarks Homesteading and things like that. They're kind of modeling it after that. They've been vendors at those. They've seen how they work. So that will be at the Conway Expo Center, and it's the same weekend. But I may have to make one day there and one day at 10 Killer because I just cannot allow uh, um Karen and Scotty and Troy and some of them that are coming in from a pretty good long distance that we see in our chats and we talk and joke with and whatnot, that they're going to be this close to my house because it's only about 45 minutes from me to 10 Killer. Um, so can't see letting them be that close and not getting a chance to see them and meet them in person. So that may change my plans just a little bit. So anyway, hope you all understood all that rigmarole. But anyway, but yeah. So a lot of things are going to change, have been changing here on the Farm to Table Show. But our love for the community and our love for the homesteading community, and my wife and I, as aspiring homesteaders, you know, uh, uh, you know, it has mattered to us a lot. And so, um, anyway, I'm going to plug this. Actually, I'm just going to take that in. Bar Run Forge, Troy. Okay. I'm taking those off. I was using the others anyway. Um, since my brother's not joining me, I don't need the earplugs. But anyway, so that's kind of where we're going here. So, like I said, the at the top of the chat, there is a link that is pinned. If anybody was to want to join on panel, it is open. But if not, we'll hang out and talk. Um, so let's start talking about some of these upcoming events. And I'm going to call this. I'm going to call this. Let me see. Where am I at here? I'm going to call this. Let me change that up. What's up? Homestead happenings, expos, conferences, rendezvous, and YouTuber meetups. That's kind of what we're getting into tonight. And we're going to talk about those. Now, I'm going to go through the list of events that I know are uh, yes, get to meet the farm to table jester. We got to hold court. Um, and anyway, and that I will tell you, for those who've never been to one of these meetups last year, 10 Killer, despite the flooding and everything, and almost didn't know if we was going to make it, was a blast. I've not been to one before. That was the first one, and it was so awesome to get to meet everybody and hang out. And so anyway, it's a good time, and so looking forward to that. And Tricia, I don't know if I'm going to make Mid America. that one gets a little later in the year, and like I said, it gets, there's periods of time of the year that get challenging for me to be places, um, and I know that so we'll see. That's a to be determined. Um, Anywho's, let's get on into this. I'm going to read through the upcoming events, and this is all the way through the year that I have. Neil, go get some sleep, man. I don't know what's got you worn out. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, go get you some sleep, man. Glad you joined in with us for a little while, and look forward to seeing you back on the old on the old community here in a little while. So Neil, you go have one. Uh, but yeah, Robbie, you're right. We just have to. And we've talked about that Arkansas community. And how important it is that we get established in that Arkansas community of homesteaders and such as that. And so that's why I had to plan to be there, and I'll still be there. And I just may split where I go in a different way. So I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to read through all the events that I have so far. Now, there's a lot. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to focus on two or three of them. We've kind of been a little bit talking about 10 Killer, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. So here we go. The very first one that let's see. Okie Homestead Expo is coming up. Robbie will be so kind. I bet he can tell me exactly how many days it is. But Okie Homestead Expo, March 20th and 21st of 2026 at the Mays County Fairground in Pryor, Oklahoma. OkieHomesteading.com is the website. They're also on Facebook. This is the 5th year. And I'll reply to that. Yeah, I thought about that going over Sunday morning. Problem is for me Sunday mornings. I've been pretty busy with church and preaching, and I will probably make arrangements. We'll see where we're at come April, but I'll probably just make arrangements. If I plan on being out of town, I'll make arrangements for somebody else to preach. And Robbie says 40 days until Okie Homestead Expo. Got to remember that 40 days. It's going to be here before we know it, and I hadn't even bought tickets yet. But anyway, so that's Okie Homestead Expo. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. April 17th through the 19th is 10 Killer YouTube Meetup. We've been talking about it already at Lake 10 Killer, Oklahoma. If you go, I know there's a Facebook page, 10 Killer YouTube Meetup. That you can find out. Of course, also the Gillum Family Farms, Johnny and Christine Gillum, they're the primary drivers behind that. And there's Jesse and Lisa with Lazy Days Ahead, and some others that are involved in that. And it is a who's who of the YouTube. That's what I said. It was a blast. But we'll get into that in a minute too. Of course, the one we were just talking about, Central Arkansas Homestead Conference, April 17th and 18th, same week as Friday, Saturday, at the Conway Expo Center in Conway, Arkansas. Central AR homesteading.com. I'll put that information up here in a little bit. Now, Okies, and I'll talk more about them in a minute, but Okies and Central Arkansas Homestead Conference are in my in the description of this live, so you can always go down there for them. But we'll talk more about it in a minute. Now, jumping up. Now, there may be other stuff in April. I just go with what I have right now until I get more information. New Beginnings Homestead Expo. That's 117 South Willow in Nowata, Oklahoma. And that is Saturday, May 9th. May even get to meet Jeannie Pants. Hey, listen, you got a friend in me is all I got to say. We'll see if they changed we changed the weekends. They moved it a weekend off from what it was last year. Maybe it's a chance to get away from the Aladdin pants. That guy's a mess. If you were there, you know. If you weren't, you don't. But anyway, it was fun. But anyway, so New Beginnings Homestead Expo Conference, New Beginnings Homestead Expo, Nowata, Oklahoma, at Trinity Church. Our good friend Chris Reeves puts that on. We've been up there a couple of times now. Looking forward to going back there that weekend. And that's why I said it's, we'll see if we get to make it, but that's a one-day expo there in Nowata. I know our good friend Dwayne Hall is going to be there. And so anyway, that's that one. Mid-America YouTube Meetup. It was talked about just a few minutes ago when I was asked if I was going to be there. That's down at Lake Texoma this year. And again, you can go onto Facebook, search out Mid-America YouTube Meetup, and you'll find the page. Mike and Terry from MT Homestead run that operation. And, so you can find out more of the details about the camp location and everything where it's going to happen. May 15th through the 17th. Um, May 15th and 16th, the same weekend, Homesteading Life Conference. That's put on off grid with Doug and Stacy. That's their life conference they host in Vandalia, Missouri, May 15th through the 16th. You can find information at homesteadinglifeconference.com. So that's that. Now, this one is one for our East Coasters and, may look into Learn to Homestead in a Weekend. That's put on by Homesteaders of America. It's at Polyface Farm in Swope, Virginia. That's Joel Salatin and Daniel Salatin's farm. That's May 22nd and 23rd. You can get information, tickets, etc. at homesteadersofamerica.com. Moving into June, the Homestead Festival. That's at Roy Feek's place in Hardison Mill Road in Columbia, Tennessee, June 5th and 6th. Thehomesteadfestival.com. That you can find out more. Hey, Bruce, good to join in. It's perfect. You'll be able to chime in with some questions. I'm going through the list of upcoming events for the year that I have on my calendar, and you're one of the first three I'm going to actually spend some time on tonight once I finish the list, because yours is coming up sooner rather than later, and so you can chime in when it is. Oh, I guess the movie is over. Hang on, folks. Let me not hold up what is going on here. Hey, bro, how's it going?
Yeah, back because of popular demand.
Apparently.
I wouldn't go that far, but
Yeah.
no, man, we're in the middle of actually it was an episode thing, and
Yeah. Yeah.
and we were kind of binge watching on it a little bit and
Oh,
totally
okay.
forgot. So I said, well, if I can get my wife's permission, I'll ask her to let me go until 8 o'clock. And
Yeah, I did that yesterday.
did you?
Yeah, I took care of that yesterday. But anyway, so yeah, yeah, Robbie said nice hat.
I
uh,
like it. My Huck
yeah.
hat, Robbie.
Anyway,
It's
we've got Bruce Towery in the chat, and he's one of the brain children behind Central Arkansas Homestead
yeah,
Conference. And bro,
name.
I don't know if you've been following or not, you've been listening in the background, but we just found out that Lone Cross Scotty and Karen,
Okay.
and also Troy Sutton are going to be at 10 Killer.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No, man. No. So,
Okay, so yeah, looks like we probably need to try to make
yeah.
it.
Yeah, at least one part of it, at least some of it. We got to, we had to be burning the wheels off the vehicle and, being in two or three places at once. But anyway, um, but yeah, so we'll get back into that in a minute. I was running through the list of events, and then I'll pick back up. We'll come back up and talk about Okie and Central Arkansas and 10 Killer. So anyway, I was telling about the Homestead Festival. That's homesteadfestival.com. That's in Columbia, Tennessee, June 5th and 6th. You got a lot of people saying hi to you.
Really,
Anyway, but anyway, that's the one with Roy Fix. Anyway, I know that Simply Jan Homestead and them have a meetup up in Missouri sometime in the first part of June. I don't have the dates on me right here. I don't. That's one I hadn't been able to get back to, but I know they host a YouTube meetup up there in uh, and so that's up in Missouri. It's about 4.5 hours from me. So, but anyway, it's supposed to be they have that, and so I'm going to try to get that information in there as well. Let me see. Modern Homesteading Conference, Kootenai County Fairgrounds in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, for our Northwestern people, June 26th, 27th. You can find information at modernhomesteading.com. Then we take a little break, as far as I know, through July and August. Where it's hot. But anyway, typically. But anyway, picking up September 4th and 5th, that is Labor Day weekend, the Ozarks Homesteading Expo. It's in Marshfield, Missouri. It's going to be, I think, year number, I don't know, 6, 7, something. I don't know. Anyway, it's been since 2019, so I guess it'd be 7. Wow. Anyway, so that's up there. You can find information at ozarkshomesteading.com, or if you go Ozarks Homesteading Expo, on Facebook, you can find it there as well. And of course, and other things may pop up. I don't know about them, but right now, rounding out, let me see, the September Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous, September 25th and 26th. That is at the Southeast Expo Center in McAlester, Oklahoma. I know that Chris and Dodge and everybody there, and a lot of other people on the committee have been working hard behind the scenes on that, and looking to have year number uh, 3.
3.
Yeah, wow, man, time has flown. Wow, year 3. Anyway, you can find Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous.org, but most importantly, you go on to Facebook and put Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous, and you can find them there. And the last one that I have is the one that kicked all this stuff off a decade ago, the granddaddy of them all, if you will, and that is Homesteaders of America, their 2026 conference in Warren County Fairgrounds, Front Royal, Virginia, October 9th and 10th. You can find out more information there at homesteadersofamerica.com. I will tell you, tickets have been on sale since January, and if it goes like it did last year, they're getting close to being gone. And I haven't seen the lineup, but I expect like last year it will be a big one. Um, they have about 6,000 people usually show up at that thing, and it's a big one. So those are the ones that I have for the year so far. If I find more, if I see more, if you know of any, send me some out. Uh, Send them to me or whatever. But if not, no big deal. Uh, okay, you typed that. All right. He's on. Yeah, I guess he could do it on Facebook still if he's got live stream capability. Yeah, we could. I could post the invite link is Bruce. The invite link is pinned at the top of chat, but I can put it back up there again. But anyway, what we're going to do is I'm going to back up. And bro, you can kind of monitor chat. We'll see it there in the chat if he says. And I'm gonna let me go where I'm at here. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna start off with Okie. Anyway, that is right there's the information. That's Okie Homestead Expo 2026, March 20th and 21st. Mays County Fairground, Pryor, Oklahoma, okiehomesteading.com, or you can go to Okie Homesteading Expo on Facebook. They're in both places. I know that they still have tickets. It's $50 for 2 days. Let me see, where was I at on that? I was gonna let me go over here. Golly, I'm doing stuff behind the scenes. Y'all just going to bear with me here. Let me see. Where was I at? Anyway, they are. They still have. They still have tickets on sale, and I think they're still maybe taking vendors and volunteers. Let me see. Okay. Let me go back over here and hang out with y'all guys. I'm going to keep that lower third. We're going to go into let's see, share screen for just a minute, bro. And I'll bring that up. Everybody can see that there. There we go. Let's see. I'm going to pull this up. Like I said, okay, $50 for the tickets. That's adult general admissions, $50. Child weekend pass, age 6 to 17, is $15. Now, that $50 is for both days. Doesn't matter if you go one day or no day. And children 5 and under free, but they must have a ticket. Anyway, it's so yeah, they're doing their thing. There's a lot of stuff. Anyway, let me go back over here. Let me go home right here. There it is. There's the home. You can buy tickets on the home screen. That's what it looks like. Um, anyway, that's some of the merch they had last year. They haven't updated that yet, but they will. First 5 years, there's schedules that you can find out on the website, and we will get those up later as well. That has the actual time schedules of who's speaking when and where. There's a map of the facilities. This is the vendor barn, show barns, big thing, tents. It's big. It's awesome. But anyway, so let me go back over here. Speakers. All right, let me go over here. It's not. I know this year's keynote. There it is. Dr. Temple Grandin is going to be there. Sean and Beth Dougherty. Sal's Ear Farm and One Cow Revolution, Ruth Ann Zimmerman. Some of y'all may know who she is. Brandon Sheard, Farmstead Meatsmith. Brandon is awesome at what he does. It is cool to watch him work. Good friends, Dr. Patrick Jones is going to be there, the homegrown herbalist. He is awesome. David Stelzer, founder, CEO of Azure Standard, sponsor and speaker there. And then Justin Scott, our good buddy there, Sweet Stingers Honey and Apiary, super smart guy. Craig Beam from Bean Farm, interesting fella, knows his birds, knows his quail, and likes to do the demonstration. Of course, the MCs, Cassie Walker from Walker Farm Fam. Many of y'all know her. Bo Moorhead from Moorhead Homestead. Derek Stokes, outdoorsman, and it's gonna. They don't have it scrolling. I don't know. Wonder if something happened. I don't know if Daniel's not doing it this year. Maybe I don't know. Interesting. But there's the host. That's Sean and Dutch, Sean and Brandy. It's Kevin and Rachel. They're the brainchildren behind that, and have been one started it off, and so awesome people. But anyway, so that's that. I'm going to stop sharing. All right. So that's that one. Anyway, a lot of people saying hello. And so, yeah, good to see some of these people in. Anyway, Farm All and Boards. He's in there. So that's Okie Homestead Expo 2026. Now, started going on the second year and been going every year since. Looking forward to being there in some way. I think this year we're just going and hanging out. We're just going to get to go visit with people and do what we do. But anyway, that's what's going on there with Okie. And looking forward to getting to see some of that, get to see some old friends, get to hang out with people. And, and yes, Scotty, yes, Robbie, going to miss Ed, Ed Kirkpatrick. For those who knew who Ed was or heard his name, he passed away back in December, and he was one of the originals behind Okie Homestead Expo, a lot of behind the scenes, sponsored it, good friends with a lot of people in the community. And, he came into our chat, he subscribed, he came into our chat quite a bit when we were still rolling, and spent some time on the phone with him, and just, just a good, honest, down to earth dude that was just all about the community and all about supporting it. So yeah, definitely going to miss Ed being there. Had so many things I was looking forward to being able to talk with Ed about that just, well, those are conversations that'll never happen. But anyway, so that's that one. Now, let's go on to the next one here. 10 Killer YouTuber Meetup or YouTube Meetup, Lake 10 Killer, Oklahoma, April 17th and 19th. Now, Bruce, if you're listening, now you know why we were like, oh man, because it's the same weekend as your expo, which we'll get into here in a minute. But bro, I don't know what you can do because you didn't get to make it last year. Y'all were popping smoke out of the country and had a ton of things to get ready. And hey, there's Greg and Donna. Welcome in, Greg and Donna, Duncan Family Farms. But anyway, it was me and the wife went up. Like I said, it had flooded last year, storms. We didn't even know if we was going to be able to get to our campsite with the travel trailer, but we made it. Yeah, Scotty, Ed may be gone, but never be forgotten. That's right. But anyway, it was a blast getting to hang out. Johnny and Christine and Jesse and Lisa and Chris and Amy Leonard and I know I'm missing people, but there's others that were behind the scenes that were up there early that week, putting things together, making arrangements for the food and all that stuff, and having a good time. And that's exactly what it was. It was a good time. Dale Nine Acres, Dale and Nana from Dale Nine Acres. Hey, Rebecca, good evening. Good to see you in there. Anyway, there was so many people up there, and getting to sit and talk with them. And like I said, late into the night, Paul Case was there. Janae, Joyfield Janae made it up that year. Got to meet her in person. Got to meet Rebecca there in person, and so many others that we got to meet. Rainy Ridge, a lot of different people. Anyway, it was crazy. And hanging out, playing games, just hanging with each other, and a lot of advice, a lot of information, how to's, back and forth, experiences in the homestead YouTube world. Anyway, so yeah, that was that was a good experience. So for your YouTubers, that's like a cool thing to get to enjoy. And so we're kind of, now that we know that Scotty and Karen and then also Troy Sutton are going to be there. It's kind of got to figure out how to be in two places at once.
Seriously, Scotty's from Boston.
He's from Boston.
And if he's going to travel all the way from Boston, who am I not to at least try to be there for a little bit?
Right. No kid. Troy's coming all the way from West by God, Virginia. And I mean, if they can, we got to try to figure out our schedule and balance it out so we can be in two places at once. BNU's. I know I'm probably messing up. BNU's Odyssey. and that big Excel or those big long numbers. Uh, you know, again, that's what I'm saying. There was so many people there that remembering who all was there, right? It was crazy. And it was a great time. It really was. And so, if you're a YouTuber and you find out of a meetup or somewhere nearby, I encourage it. They have them and they're worth going. So that's what's going on there. And so, bro, we'll be back here in a minute. But now I'm going to head on over here to our conflicting schedule um, and show you this Central Arkansas Homestead Conference. April 17th and 18th in Conway Expo Center in Conway, Arkansas. And you see the website down there, centralarhomesteading.com. Now, let me go over to that. And I had to, man, where am I at here? Let me see. All right. I'm going to go over, so y'all just bear with me. All right. There it is. I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to share a screen again and show all of y'all that. Let's see, what is she saying? Hang on, before I do that. Okay, hang on. Hi to anyone. Okay. All right. Yeah, everybody's saying hi. All right, I'm going to go over here and share the screen, and we're going to talk a little bit about this. Bruce, if you're still with us, feel free to chime in. At any time during this. Um, as you can see, there's the home screen, Central AR Homesteading. You buy tickets. It talks about the presenters, the vendors, sponsorship, and contact information. I've spoke with Bruce on the phone. As I was saying earlier, him and his wife and their friends put this together. Having been to some of these homestead conferences and homestead expos and that type of thing. And I bet I got that wrong. I did. I've got that. Yeah, certainly. Okay, I got it right. All right. Anyway, I decided to put this together, but it's going to be April 17th through and April 18th. Now, you notice the start time here from noon to 8 p.m. on the 17th. Now, that's a little different than what we're used to. But I know they had told, kind of made the statement that, it gives people time to come in and set up that morning. A lot of people get out of school or off work, and they can still come and hang out in the evening on Friday. Worse than Saturday from 9 to 5. It's at the Conway Expo Center. So anyway, you can go there to the website. It's got the schedule out of the speakers and presenters already, and kind of what the timeline's going to be. And I'm going to give you something. Look who's going to be there. Joel is going to be there. So any chance you get a chance to pick wisdom from the brain of Joel, it's a worthwhile trip. Sean Passara, Mindful Farmer, they make some pretty cool stuff. I think I talked to Sean briefly up at Ozarks one year. But anyway, David Stelzer, Azure Standard, will be there as well. And I'll go back to the presenters tab because there's some other people. And of course, that's the sponsors. But anyway, so let me go over here to presenters. I'm going to close tabs. Of course, Joel, as I said, Dan Quadros, U of A, Agriculture, Whispering Pines, Cowboy Church, going to do some Dutch oven cooking. Conway Fire Department, I'm not sure what they're going to talk about, but probably safety. Anyway, another person from the U of A Ag, Dr. Zoe, I'm not even going to mess that up. David Stelzer, Heather Butler from Hogs and Hens Urban Farm. Anyway, let's see. Sean Passara, Mindful Farmer. He's an Arkansas-based company. Ashley Thompson from Sweet Tea Farm. Let me see. There's that one. Pat Cotton. For those of you who know Dwayne Hall, you know Pat Cotton. She's with Bending Tree Ranch in Damascus, Arkansas, and she's the brains behind the operation with the Textmaster meat goats and then the Tennessee meat goats. But anyway, so she's going to be helping there with Dwayne. That's going to be awesome. There's some more. Ted Kennard, Tanya Ernst, High Tunnels. Interesting High Tunnels. Now, Brett Talent is with Cleveland County Herald, and he also has been behind the Arkansas Homestead event up in Rising, Arkansas. He's been behind that, so he's going to be around. That's good. Good to have people in the same state working together. Andy K. Container Gardening. That's an important one. And different people see. Anyway, going through all that, man, I'm having to scroll along with Clyde Majerus, Clyde's Garden Planner. We've given some away. Matter of fact, I'd have to show it to you, but I got one right here on my desk. Anyway, there's some more people. As you can see, a lot of people. But there's our friend Dwayne. Dwayne Hall with Red Feather Farms, and some, like I said, so many more. That is such a big list of things. Let's see, hogs and hens are a hoot. Yes. Oh, hey, Dakota and Shayla, they got in there. I see. I got to meet Beth and Neil at 10 Killer. Let's see. Where did I go? Yeah, thanks. You're welcome, buddy. Yeah, hey there. Yeah, I'm looking through there, scrolling back through the chat. But anyway, good to see Dakota and Shayla in with us at Fear Not Farms. Go check them out up there. But anyway, that is the three events that I really wanted to um, focus on because those are the first three that are coming up. Here, just Robbie was kind enough to tell us 40 days to Okie.
I know, 40 days.
I mean, that
40
is
days and 39 glorious nights.
right. Anyway, so yeah,
Almost there.
it's so yeah, looking forward to that. That's going to be a different event this year for us anyway, and we're still probably trying to figure it all out. I don't know.
I was trying to get Bruce to come on and kind
Yeah,
of give
get,
us a rundown,
yeah,
introduce him to our
right. I don't,
audience.
I don't know
And
if he's got the
Bruce, if you're out there, I didn't mean to bust you out publicly like that to put you
well,
on the spot. But anyway, between now and then, sometimes we got to get you online.
there is the link. Let's see.
You got the
I'm
link.
going to post that again. If you want to join us, if you got a laptop with a webcam and a decent internet signal, you can come on in.
Phone works.
Cell phone works. I've done it on cell phone plenty.
Uh,
Let's see. Yeah, Robbie, not quite as many days for you because you're the volunteer king. He volunteers a lot for these
oh, that's
things,
true.
but anyway, and I love this. Greg and Emma at Baptist Home for Girls Fish Fry on Friday, going to Conway on Saturday, and on Sunday we'll go up to 10 Killer. Now that, my friends, is a rolling busy weekend right there.
Yeah.
But and that may be how I have to try to balance it out, is doing multiple tours of duty. Like I said, 10 Killer is only 45 minutes from my house, so because I can take them backcountry routes,
Yeah.
but
So a little bit earlier, you said that you had a Clyde's garden
I
planner.
do.
Okay, let's take a look at the date and see where we are. For those people who might want to know what time it is and
Yeah,
where we are in the season, this is February. It's not too early to start planting your gardens.
let's see. Yeah, in fact, you ought to be getting ready to start some seeds and that kind of thing. Let's see. We are in seeding indoors. All right. Well, like I said, it's where am I at here? I need to.
It's your last frost date.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to remember how this thing works. Slide the red frost line to a position relatively. Okay. Well, I don't know when. Let me see. My last frost date's probably in April. Honestly, I haven't even looked this year to see.
March.
Huh?
Yeah, let me look it up real quick.
Okay. Well, you look it up, but I can tell you already we're into. Yeah. Well, if we're in there, let's see. Yeah, this thing works basically. For those who've never seen one, it slides, and that red line that you see there is where you slide your last frost date to. And I know my last frost date is normally about middle of April. Um, anyway, let's see. Greg, you get to meet me and Karen this year. Much closer to me than 10 Killer. Yes, it is. If I'm here, anyone has a question, I'm just slow at texting. Sorry. Hey, no problem. Hey,
April 3rd, bro.
April 3rd is our last. Okay, so we get to go up here in the first week. Okay, so we are in February. Today is February the 8th.
8.
So let me see. I actually was supposed to have started. Let me see. I'm going to get some common ones. Uh, Man, okay. Tomatoes. I don't even have to seed tomatoes indoors until around March 8th, March 10th, somewhere in there. That week of March. Peppers, same thing. Let's see. I'm gonna do something that's like February. Broccoli, if anybody wants. Robbie, pay close attention.
I like
Broccoli. You need to start seeding that indoors somewhere around between the 10th and 15th of February. Is what that says.
so
Let's see.
pretty close.
Yeah, cabbage and cauliflower should already be starting indoors like the end of January. But anyway,
It's
And
not
then
too late to start them, though.
no, not at all. But anyway, so yeah, that's kind of beginning to make your plans for depending on what you like. A lot of these things don't seed indoors until March, you know, maybe early April, even depending on what it is. Even like okra, that's early April. Tomatoes, that's mid March. Pepper, melons is end of March, first part of April. Summer squash, cucumbers, same thing, end of March. So we got a little bit of time. So it's a little, or depending on where you live. Now that's down there. If you live where we live,
Yeah,
Bruce, I'll just ask you if you have I don't know if you've got uh, decent internet and a webcam on a laptop. If you want to join us, if you don't want to be on phone here, I get it. I mean, hey,
you got to build up some courage, maybe.
camera's not for everybody. It's okay. I'm just picking on you a little bit, Bruce. You're a smart guy, man. Used to dealing with the public.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it, bro. I mean, all of these events. I mean, um, and you know, seeing how it goes this year for the Farm to Table and all of our friends out there. I'm looking forward to kind of getting to actually sit and listen to some of these events. And anyway, bro, I'm looking at you and I'm looking at me and I'm looking at you and I'm looking at me, and I've just got these glasses brand new. Just ordered them and they just came in, and I did not realize how close they were to your.
The OG, man. I'm the GOAT.
You're the goat. That's right. I did not realize how
Yeah,
close.
actually, this is because I broke my other glasses,
Right.
Walmart quickie, Uh, it's kind of like Walmart saving you on February the 14th or something.
Right. Right.
You run out there to get an emergency pair or an emergency bouquet of flowers.
Oh, there you go. Right. But
Yeah.
well, I had about 4 or 5 choices, and picked them out, and even used Chat GPT for recommendation, and to my facial structure and all that. Yeah. I mean,
Are you? Did you really do that?
I did. I really did. I sent pictures to my wife and asked her too. I mean,
Oh well, that's the
you
one
know,
you got to get
but
next time. But no, I mean, how many people out there knew that you could take a picture of yourself, put it into ChatGPT or any chat of your choosing,
choosing. Yeah.
and then it would look for glasses that fits your face, and then it'll give you links to where you can find them.
Right. What I did on this one is I had like 4. I took a picture of me wearing each of the different ones I was considering
Yeah,
and asked for opinion, based on facial structure and all that. So yeah.
yeah.
Now this is the first pair of the solid frame without the adjustable pieces,
All right.
solid frame that I've worn. This is the first pair. I've always done the wire frame with the little string and all that.
Nose piece,
Nose
that
pieces. Yeah.
clamps or whatever.
As you can still, yeah, that's the first pair I've worn that's been solid frame. Little getting used to them, but it is nice to be able to see a little better again. They took all the fuzz that was happening around. Janae, I just seen that post. Good night, and y'all stay cool down there in Florida. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did
But
Florida
anyway,
get any of the snow we got? I kind of doubt it.
I don't know. Panhandle did get some snow this year, but
Did
I
it?
don't. Yeah, crazy. But anyway, so yeah, for those who may or may not be interested in, it is in the beginning of the third quarter, and it is still Seattle 9, New England nothing. So I'm on my phone tonight, not by my computer, but happy to call in next time. Okay, um, I'll be back. We'll be back on in 2 weeks, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Is our time window on Homestead Sunday. Now Robbie with the Wild Huckleberry, he's on from 6 to 7. Um,
Yep.
he's on before us. Let me see. Donald and Lisa with Money Pit Homestead, they're on from 5 to 6. Um, Following us is Monty and Michelle with Red Dirt Rooster Road. And I know that now on the alternate weeks from us, Rebecca Touched by Yarn, she gets the first and third Sundays, and we are going to take the second and fourth Sundays, basically, but every other. I mean, one of them weird 5 Sunday months, might throw things off, but every other, and that way, this slot's covered. And but yet it's not, too much on everybody, because everybody's got family stuff, and we understand. And Robbie or one of y'all can help me with who is before. I know Bert and Cindy, I think with Simple Acres, comes on before there earlier in the day, and I know, like I said, Dodge and Chris with um, Hippie tries to come. They come on earlier in the day as well. On the Sundays they can make it. So I know Dodge was in Texas today, so they weren't. I don't know if they were able to do it, but anyway. So that's all the Sunday people. Of course, Dale 9 Acres is over on his channel at 6. Kind of bumps up against Robbie, so it's not always there with the wild huckleberry. So it's kind of hard to be in multiple places. But anyway, so that's the Sunday night crew, the Sunday night hangouts, and so
Speaking of farm to table, if
yes, sir.
anybody was speaking of that,
Yeah.
how far away are we from the 1,000 mark?
Dude, let me look. I know what we were earlier, but let me look. We are 18 away.
18 away.
Eight,
Thinking of that, guys. Think of that.
18 away from 1,000. There it is, 982. Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah,
so
that is on YouTube, by the way.
that is on YouTube.
1,000 and Facebook, but YouTube, we
Right.
are getting to that magical number, whatever that means in the universe of YouTube. I don't really know.
Right. Whatever it means, that's where it's at. But yeah, Bert and Cindy, Simple Acre Homestead, at 3 Central Time, and Chris and Dodge Hippie Callier are at 4 Central Time. Of course, as I said, Donald and Lisa with Money Pit are at 5. Robbie and Sonia with the Wild Huckleberry are at 6. And at 7 o'clock, it's either going to be us or it's going to be Rebecca Touched by Yarn. One of us will be there. And then, of course, as I said, Monty and Michelle with Red Dirt Rooster Road at 8 o'clock following us. So hopefully they're able to make it. Last week I found out that they were telling us they had baby sheep on the ground, so they were kind of tied up. So they were welcoming some new members to the homestead last weekend. So got to take care of that. We're edging ever closer to 2,000. Doesn't mean the watch hours are anywhere close. That's a fact. We're not even halfway to the watch hours, so I can relate.
Yeah, you can really tell that the watch hours declined whenever we backed off.
Oh my gosh, they totally dropped out. Yeah. But here's the funny thing about it. Like I care about that sub number. We've talked about that because that's just that milestone, right? That I want to hit. But honestly, the other part of it, I mean, when we put something out, I want it to do well, right? I want it to do well. I want it to be some, there. But honestly, I've just quit caring. I mean, is that bad? I don't know.
No, it doesn't drive us like it used to.
Right.
I feel like I'm back in the driver's seat again. I guess I could say it like that.
Yeah. Well, and that's it. We do it on our time and our schedule, and as we feel that we can do it and want to do it, and that makes it that much, to me, that makes it that much more fun, because there is zero pressure. And
so just to ask people that still listening, where are you at in your gardening journey right now? If there's anybody out there that wants to share where they're at in their garden journey, what their plan of attack is. I know right at the end of last season, seems like everybody's taking account what happened over this year and making plans for the next year. So if you guys have got anything like that you want to share with us, please share your experience or what you are planning to do this year.
I like this, Robbie. I said, so I'm not worried about monetization. Too many other things I've gained from this journey. It would just be gravy, but not the end goal. That's it right there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And same boat. Bro, I'm going to tell you, my wife sent me a text this evening. We were over seeing her brother, and we was leaving, and she sent me a little thing, and I'm not going to pull it up or anything, but Anyway, she wants a greenhouse.
A greenhouse.
She wants a greenhouse. Yeah, and not too far from the back door either. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you know.
convenience. But anyway, I've got a spot, so it works out really well. But no, she wants a greenhouse, and so I'm like, yeah, I like the idea of that. And she said, not no little bitty thing like no. She's I want to be able to walk in. So okay, so you know what's on Ryan's project list on the long list of other projects that
Right. Are you going to go with a prefab, or do you have other ways?
well, I would love to go with a prefab. I would love to have one just dropped off or show up and I assemble it, but reality is probably the other. Reality is probably Ryan will build because I do happen to have some really large industrial type pallets that have the slots in the floors so that any water, that type of thing can run out. I don't know. It's an idea. Okay, Greg's got a comment. He said, lot of work to do in the garden, but haven't started yet. I kind of got a feeling this recent freeze has probably had something to do with that. Uh, let's see. I'm going to go down here. Bruce chimed in there. Just broke ground for the garden. Potted some fig cuttings. About to start pruning muscadines, grapes, and blackberries. Yum.
One of my favorite is fig. I love like fig preserves. Man, I love fig preserves. Bruce, that wasn't a hint or anything.
No kidding. Bruce is like, yeah, what you doing for me?
Yeah, that's right. What are you doing for me, man?
What are you doing for me? No.
We can make a few.
Anyway, so yeah, but anyway, yeah. Anyway, Robbie was kind enough to share that link over here in the chat,
Yeah,
which is to Red Dirt Rooster Road, which is in about 4 minutes.
yeah. You guys follow the link,
and
which
if you're interested in going over there, I will apologize now. It's not happening tonight. I've got grandkids in the house, and I've got work at early, dark, stupid in the morning, and not really too bad. I just got to get up at like 4 or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it's the life of the working man. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway.
let's see. But Bruce was talking about that.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. The got his muscadine.
Oh, that's right. That's
That's okay. That's all right. We get a double whammy at it. I'm. It's weird. I mean, of course, I'm up here on this rock, so everything's clay and rock, and you can't go very far. Yeah, that's what I said. So raised beds. So the idea of a greenhouse, long term, sounds great. But initial, I think this year will probably be some form of raised container. Um, Thank you, Scotty. 12 zip Seahawks. I know you're not happy about that right now, are you? Robbie, Scotty, you're a New England Patriots fan, I suspect. Let's see. I'm planning to help my uh, MIL mother-in-law. Okay, with the garden this year. She's going to be down for a few weeks, so I'll have to be her planter. Well, you got to take care of things. But and of course, Robbie is lucky enough to share property with, and mom-in-law is there and lives next door, so to speak, and multi-gen, and so that's something that that's a different topic for another day. We don't have time to dig into now, but
No, we don't. But that is an interesting topic, and it seems to me as we move forward in this geopolitical atmosphere that we're in, the upside down world, otherwise known as this world.
right.
The more that I want, I feel that kind of call, about
Right.
multi-gen and
And
about
bro,
generational families on a single farm.
and me and you've talked about that quite a bit. And it wasn't very long ago that neither one of us would have been on that train. So,
Not at all. No.
but life has changed. Now I'm multi-gen on the property already
Yes, you are.
because our daughter and son-in-law and granddaughter are on the property.
3 generations.
And would love nothing more than to have the rest of them up here. Now that's selfish. Now part of it is prep, and part of it is preparation, security, financially, everything. But really, at the ultimate end of the day, it's so those grandkids can just run across the yard to Mimi and Papa's house, and
Not ready to move into the same house kind of
Oh
thing.
no, I don't know about that.
We're not talking about the Waltons here.
No, not quite there, but everybody got to have their own space. But no, but on the property. And like I said, so my grandkids can grow up with that life that I grew up with out in the country, and getting to do those things. And so and with a papa that's crazy enough to go let them drive the tractor and ride the 4-wheeler, all those things. But anyway,
We're about a minute out, bro.
yeah, we are. We're less than about 10 seconds. But anyway, it's 8 o'clock now. Is the kitchen done yet? No, Scotty, the kitchen is not done.
No, Scotty.
It
Good
is
question.
not. It is usable. It is functional. I have cooked in it. I've got lower cabinets. I've got sink. I got all the everything. I just haven't got the upper cabinets in, and a couple of things. But no, it's not. But it is high priority. My boss is my boss is on me to get that done. So believe me, it's that's happening before a greenhouse. That's happening before a garage. That's happening before a lot of things. But thank you for keeping up with it, Scotty. Thank you for asking. Yeah, and Robin, my grands love to collect eggs and feed the animals with me.
Those
Well,
are
listen,
good
guys,
memories right there for kids. I'll tell you, it was good.
it is. I'm looking forward to having that part when my grands get old enough. I got a couple that are already old enough, and I'm looking forward to that. And then the youngest one, Annie. Well, not the youngest, next to youngest, Annie, who lives on the property. She gonna be my little country girl, so that's okay. She's already. I took her for her first ride on a 4-wheeler a while back, and she was loving life.
But you got baby boots.
She does. Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, she got boots. She got and they're rain boots, like the rubber boots she can go outside with. So yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. She's set up. But anyway, guys, it is 8:01. We're going to let you all out of here. We're going to wrap this up. Thanks for hanging out. Go on over to. We encourage you going over to Red Dirt Rooster Road. Hang out with them on their live. I'll probably pop in for just a minute or two to say hi to them guys if they're there. But anyway, and yeah, I said my grands love riding the 4-wheeler. I've got a golf cart I got to get running so that they can really go out and enjoy time with Mimi and run around on the golf cart. But anyway, we're going to let you all out of here. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for being here. Look forward to seeing you all. I'll be in and out of the chats, on the other lives at different times. But 2 weeks, 2 weeks, be back here 7 o'clock. And we will go over the events again and talk more about them, and but also just hang out and talk about what's going on in the world. So anyway, appreciate y'all hanging out, and bro, as always, prepare for the unexpected, and
Keep it local.
all right, everybody, y'all have a great night and a blessed week. We're going to hand this to Hank to take us on out of here.
No humans were harmed in the production of this podcast.